Good afternoon and welcome to Senior Day 2019 for the FMU baseball team. Wrapping up a three-game Peach Belt Conference series against Columbus State University. Rob Lau here with you from Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium inside the Griffin Athletic Complex on the campus of Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina. A little bit of a light drizzle during the Senior Day ceremonies, but the sun is at least trying to peek out as we try to get this final game in. Doubleheader yesterday, split between the two. FMU an 8-2 winner in Game 1, and then Columbus State a wire-to-wire 4-2 win in the nightcap. One of the 10 Patriots seniors, Isaac Rogers, getting the start on the mound today. Isaac, a 6'3 senior out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. His second season at FMU after starting his collegiate career at Erskine College. He'll be facing this Columbus State lineup. Leading off is the shortstop, Kendall Ford. At second base and batting second, Grant Berry. Batting third and catching, Robert Brooks. The first baseman will clean up, Frank Wager. The DH will bat fifth, Chase Brown. In left field and batting sixth, Dane Bullock. Right fielder Drew Webb hits seventh. Third baseman Matthew McDade in the eighth spot. Batting ninth is the center fielder Garrett Kirkwood. And on the mound is Colton Ingram for CSU this afternoon. For Francis Marion, the defense behind Isaac Rogers this afternoon, Will Hardy in left, Gage Taylor in center, Cole Hinnant in right field. On the infield, a pair of seniors on the left side, and third baseman Fred Wadsworth and shortstop C.J. Mackinson. Patrick Jackson at second, Nick Pappas at first, and an all-senior batter today with Isaac Rogers on the mound and Alex Griffith behind the plate for the Patriots. Kendall Ford ready to dig in right side, and we are ready to go on another overcast and humid afternoon here in Florence. Rogers' first pitch of the day at 12:58 is in there for a strike, 0-1. A 1 pitch from Rogers, a little bit high, according to home plate umpire Jamie Payne. Matt Saramelli on the bases. FMU 23-17 overall, 14-12 in the conference. Columbus State 24-14, 10-10 in the conference. The start of play today. FMU comes in fifth place in the Peach Belt Conference standings, having surpassed Georgia College with a split of the doubleheader against Columbus State, while Georgia College lost both ends of a double dip against Flagler. Columbus State in sixth spot, also passing Georgia College as down goes Ford on a strikeout. A good start for Isaac Rogers as he fans the first batter of the afternoon. Both of these pitching staffs very adept at picking up strikeouts, averaging more than a strikeout per inning. Here's Grant Berry, the second baseman. Rogers' first pitch is fouled away. The numbers on Rogers this season, he is 6-1 with a 3.88 ERA, 11 appearances, 9 of them have been starts. He's allowed 51 hits in 51 innings, 26 runs allowed, 22 of them earned, 50 strikeouts to 16 walks, opponents hitting .258. Only Josh Bobrowski with more strikeouts than Rogers this season. This one is smoked into deep right center field, but Taylor is going to track it down on the warning track. Grant Berry gave it a ride, but his opposite number 10, Gage Taylor, collects it. A long, loud second out for CSU here in the top of the first. Brings up the catcher, Robert Brooks. Columbus State scored a run, at least one, in each of the first two games yesterday in the first inning. They led 1-0 after half an inning of the first game yesterday. Cole Hinnant hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first, and FMU led the rest of the way on their way to an 8-2 victory. Rogers misses a little bit high with a breaking ball on Brooks. In the second game, Columbus State scored 2 in the first and led the rest of the way on the way to a 4-2 victory to earn the split of the double dip. Line shot out into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Patriots had a shift on in the outfield with Brooks, and so Cole Hinnant cut that one off, and now they have the runner hung up between first and second. Pappas throws to C.J. Mackinson, who completes the tagout, so Brooks gets a single, but he is put out, caught in between first and second. So Rogers gives up a hit, But he ends up facing the minimum in the top of the first. FMU getting ready to face Colton Ingram when we go to the bottom of the first after this quick timeout on the Patriot Sports Network. Patriots coming to the plate in the bottom of the first. It'll be the left fielder Will Hardy to lead it off. He'll be followed in this inning by the right fielder Cole Hinnett and first baseman center fielder Gage Taylor. Cleaning up is first baseman Nick Pappas. Catching and batting fifth, Alex Griffith. Patrick Jackson hits sixth. He's at second base. And the bottom third of the order, shortstop C.J. Mackinson seventh, third baseman Fred Wadsworth eighth, and D.H. Tristan Freeman ninth. Southpaw Ingram into the wind. His first pitch of the day called a strike. 5'9" senior out of Hampton, Georgia. Had an outstanding junior season 1 year ago. Skips one in there. Was a 2018 ABCA All-American and All Southeast Region First Team selection. Also a First Team All Southeast Region selection by the D2 CCA. All Peach Belt Conference first team. He set a league record for strikeouts last year. Fanning 150. Went 14-3 as this one is cued out towards short. Ford waits on it. Long throw, not going to get there in time. Will Hardy, an infield single. Wasn't hit particularly hard, and Ford waiting back on it cost him a chance to get Hardy at first base. And just like he did in the first game yesterday, Hardy leads off with a single. Now Cole Hinnett at the plate. Last year, the Patriots faced Ingram in the opener of the series down at Columbus State, and they handed him one of his 3 losses of the year. In 7 2/3, the lefty gave up 8 hits, 8 runs, although only 4 of those were earned, walked 2 and struck out 10. He's had a little bit of a tougher time this season for Columbus State and was taken out of the rotation at least for one weekend as he came out of the bullpen last weekend against Georgia Southwestern State. For the season, Ingram, a 5.31 ERA, 3-2 record. This is his 9th appearance and 8th start. He's allowed 47 hits in 42 1/3, 26 runs, 25 earned, 16 walks, 63 strikeouts as Hinnett flies this one out into right center. Garrett Kirkwood will make the catch. Hinnett is retired. Rest of the Columbus State defense in left field, it's Dane Bullock, Garrett Kirkwood in center, and Daniel Webb in right. Drew Webb in right. On the infield, Matthew McDade at third, Kendall Ford at short, Grant Berry at second, Frank Wager at first, Robert Brooks behind the plate. 1 on, 1 out for Gage Taylor, senior center fielder out of South Lebanon, Ohio. 2-year starter here at FMU. Cuts and misses at that one. Ingram, despite his higher ERA, much higher ERA than last season, still picking up both loads of strikeouts, averaging more than 13 strikeouts per 9. Taylor pops this one foul out of play for strike 2. So far in the series, Taylor is 0 for 8. Had his 14-game on-base streak snapped in the second game yesterday. Had reached in the first game when he was hit by a pitch. But then came up empty. The Patriots were held to just 5 hits in game 2. Swing and a miss on one in the dirt, and with first base occupied, Taylor is first strikeout victim for Ingram. So Hardy has to stay put at first. 2 down for Nick Pappas. Pappas had a 2-run single yesterday in the opener to bring his RBI total up to 33, a 324 average. 3 homers to go with those 33 runs batted in as he takes one downstairs from Ingram. He's given up 8 home runs this season, among the most allowed by a Peach Belt Conference pitcher here in 2019. It's been a part of his struggles. Opponent's batting average of 287 as well. But he's also capable of piling up boatloads of strikeouts. And against Augusta on March the 1st, he fanned a season-high 13 while allowing 1 run on 4 hits in 8 innings in a victory. He still has a kind of stuff that can rack up strikeouts by the boatload. In fact, in each start he has made this season, he has struck out no fewer than 6. 2 double-digit strikeout efforts and 5 of 8 or more. Outside on Pappas. 3-1 on the first baseman. Hardy a short lead at first, held on by Wager. 3 straight lefties in the rotation for Columbus State this weekend. Saw Jalen Lotta and Sam Sauerbrower yesterday, now Ingram today. Pappas 3 for 7 yesterday. He drills this one to straightaway center, racing back, and now toward left center is Kirkwood. He's not going to get it. It is out of here. Nick Pappas, an absolute smash to left center. And just like in the first game yesterday, the Patriots take a lead in the bottom of the first on a 2-run jack. Yesterday was Hinnett, today Pappas. 4th dinger of the year for the junior. Estimated 401 on that blast to left center by Pappas. The Patriots strike first for the first time in this series. Again, the home run ball gets Colton Ingram as he serves up his 9th homer of the season. So the base is clean now with 2 down for Alex Griffith. Griffith, good eye on the breaking ball that stayed outside. Griffith in his 2nd season after transferring into FMU from the University of Pittsburgh. In 115 career games, he's hit .254 with 16 doubles, 11 homers, and 64 runs batted in. The wind picks up as the rain begins to fall a little heavier now. We've had some light sprinkles on and off since about 12:30 or so. Well, this is the hardest it has rained today as Griffith takes a 4-pitch walk. Patriots with a 2-out base runner for the second baseman, Patrick Jackson. Jackson, a 3-hit game in the opener yesterday, 3 for 7 in the series. Jackson hitting .261 on the year. Takes a first pitch strike from Cole Ingram. So see the umbrellas quickly pop up all around Sparrow Stadium. Ball and a strike. Some folks going to take cover in the covered areas. Those who don't have umbrellas. Jackson tips one into the mitt of Brooks for strike 2. Francis Marion has only lost a Peach Belt Conference Series once when winning the first game of the series. That was at Young Harris. And they have a lead after the first inning of Game 1, or of Game 3 today. 2-0 after the 2-run homer by Nick Pappas. We're headed to the second. FMU on top on the Patriot Sports Network. Two 2-0 Francis Marion on the Nick Pappas 2-run homer as we go to the second. Middle third of the lineup due up for Columbus State. Frank Wager, Chase Brown, Dane Bullock. A 2-out single last inning by Brooks was erased when he tried to go to second on an overthrow in the infield as Wager rounds one sharply fouled on the first base side. Rain slowed down for a few moments, but is picked right back up. Rogers 0-1. Wave and a miss from Wager. 0-2. Just one other Peach Belt Conference game today, and it's already gone final. They got up and played some breakfast baseball this morning up in Pembroke as UNCP beat North Georgia 18-6, which means that North Georgia and Flagler will be tied at top of the conference at 16-8. 16-8 for both of those teams heading into next weekend. Just 2 more conference series left for each of those teams. So Wager gets a piece. It remains 1-2. Yesterday, Wager 2 for 8 did drive in a run for Columbus State. Rogers deals, popped it up, left center. Hardy and Taylor both going after it. Hardy is under it. Wager is out to begin the second, as Will had to fight the raindrops to make that catch. And how quickly the rain is falling has already started to puddle in a few different spots on the infield. And the umpires are getting together, and I think they're going to bring this one to a halt. So we got through an inning plus 1 out into the top of the second, but the tarp is going to come on the field, or so it appears. Or at least you would think so. No one has actually headed toward the tarp as of yet. for the Patriots. Well, FMU with a 2-run lead on a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first inning by Nick Pappas to left center field, estimated beyond 400 feet. But as you can see, we are in a weather delay. We will keep you updated as much as we can, but for now, a rain delay with FMU leading 2-0 in the top of the second here on the Patriot Sports Network.